Fired up this Wednesday morning, right? We need a little energy. We need to get a little fired up. We need to start living life intentionally. We start needing to have this sense of urgency. Again, I'm only with you guys an hour and a half throughout the week. I hope you're listening to things like this often. I hope you're playing things like this around your house, in your car, on your, you know, iPad, on your phone often. I hope these are the types of messages that you are repeating in your mind, that you have constantly on repeat. Because remember, we are what we consume. So, what are you consuming? Hopefully, you're consuming things like this because, again, these are reminders. I don't feel like I'm teaching you anything you don't know. Maybe sometimes we need a reminder. Maybe sometimes it needs to be said a different way for us to get it. But I really believe a lot of this stuff is simple things. Maybe it's because I've been doing it for a long time, but I think these are things that we understand. The question is, why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the underlying reason of like, hey, I know I should do this. Why am I not doing it? It's probably going to come back to something in your thinking. Remember, you know the thesis, y'all. If you change your thinking, you change your life. If you change how you are thinking about things, your belief system, how you view things, it's going to change your actions and your habits and what you choose to do. And that's going to change the outcomes. So we have to get better thinking. We have to get a better mindset around certain things. Some things like adversity, some things like just the work that we need to put in. Sometimes we need to have a better mindset around our vision or what we believe is possible. But that's where this all starts. I jotted down some words you might have heard in there that, again, over and over again, sometimes we just have to prime ourselves and remind ourselves. For us, high achievers, people that want to go out and design our ideal life. We want to do more than the average person. We want a life that's more than just the average life. We want more. We want more in our health, more in our finances, more in our business, more in our relationships, more spiritually. Like, we want more out of life. We want all that life has to offer. So we got to remember some of these things. Some words I wrote down: execute. You got to execute. Life is not just about having ideas. You have to actually execute on your ideas. You can't just tell me you have thoughts. You have to execute on those thoughts. You can't just tell me what you want to do. You have to execute on what you say you're going to do. Execution is key. It's funny, in my vision board that's behind my screen here, it's up there on the wall, my vision board, right in the middle says execute. It's right above the word freedom. But execution is important. Being able to do what you say you're going to do is how we get there, not by just thinking it. So how good are you, and how much are you focused and intentional on executing towards your goals and dreams? I put obsessed, obsession, making sure that, again, we've been maybe programmed that obsessions aren't good. There's a negative connotation to it. But what if you're obsessed at the expansion of your being? What if you're obsessed at getting to your goals? What if you're obsessed with your dreams? What if you're obsessed with making sure your family is straight? Are those good things to be obsessed about? Absolutely. But how obsessed are you? How much are you willing to pay the price to go that process, to go that path of getting to where you want to go? You got to be obsessed, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be obsessed. You got to be obsessed with where you're headed. Third thing I wrote down was greatness. Doesn't anybody want to be great anymore? Don't we have a desire to be great? Are we doing what we know we need to do in order to be great, in order to have greatness in our lives? Are we sacrificing? I know the past few we've talked a little bit about sacrifice. We've talked a little bit about rest and recovery, but are you willing to sacrifice all that you need to in order to be great? Mastery takes 10,000 hours. Malcolm Gladwell, in the book The Outliers, he talks about the 10,000 hour principle. He says, hey, to master anything, you have to give it 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. So, are you giving whatever you're trying to master, your health, your finances, your relationships, are you giving it 10,000 hours worth of work in order to master it? That's greatness. That's how we get to greatness. I hope that that's something that you're working on. They said in there, having an expectation to win. Is your expectation to win? Do you have high expectations for your life? Hopefully you have an expectation to win. Like, you expect to win. Money doesn't go to people that deserve it. Money goes to people that believe they deserve it. Well, why do you believe you deserve it? Because you know you've put in work, because you know you've sacrificed more than other people, because you know you're doing work that other people aren't willing to do, because you watch yourself outwork, outlearn, out earn other people. You watch this happen. This is what gives you an expectation that you're going to win because you're watching it happen, because you know you're doing the work. One of the ways I motivate myself after a workout in the morning that I don't feel like doing, I'll be all sweaty and I'll look at myself in a mirror and I'll be like, man, you're a stud, Chris. Nobody's doing this work. Nobody's doing this work. I prime myself. Y'all might think it's weird, right? But weird, rich, normal, poor. Always remember that, right? The weird things make you rich. The normal things make you poor. So I talk to myself a bunch to prime myself. Nobody else is going to do it. So I prime myself to say, hey, I'm doing the work. Man, nobody's as good as you. Nobody's doing this work. Nobody's sacrificing as much as you. That becomes something that gives me a level of expectation that I'm going to win. I expect it. Every dollar that falls into my life, I expect it. It's not like a, oh man, I can't believe I made some money. Like that's not never how it works because I know I deserve it because I know the amount of work I've put in and the amount of money I haven't made before. So everything that comes in my life, I know I deserve it. I expect it. Do you have that level of expectation around your health, around your finances, around all the things in business? Like, do you have the same expectation? If not, you got to work on it. You need a new strategy sometimes for your thinking. You need a new strategy for how you're going about life. That's where we're changing our thinking because this is all around the mindset. Are you doing what you don't feel like doing? That's the last thing I wrote down. Are you doing what you feel like you don't want to do? Or are feelings governing your life? I heard Mel Robbins say this on another podcast. She said, you can get everything you want if you just learn how to do the things consistently that you don't want to do. You'll get everything you want in life. Everything you want. Whatever the things are that you want in life, ladies and gentlemen, whatever those things are, you'll get everything that you want if you just learn how to consistently do the things you don't want to do. Whatever it is in your mind right now that you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's the thing you need to consistently do. And if you do that, it's going to create something in you that's going to get you to where you want to go. If you can just push against your nature, push against your feelings, push against what you think you should be doing, and start doing the things you don't want to do, the things that are hard, the things that are uncomfortable, the things that you're a novice at, the things that might seem a little stupid to you or a little weird, right? I just gave you something about priming yourself and talking to yourself. That might seem a little weird. I promise you, in 2 years, you'll have amazing self-confidence if you did that every single day. I challenged my daughter with this. We have affirmations around. She's got cards of affirmation. Sometimes she'll pick them up before she like goes do her gymnastics or just around the house. She'll read them. And I made her a bet. She's super competitive like me, right? And so she always just wants to make a bet. It's like if I do this, then I get this, like as a prize. And I made her a bet because her birthday's coming up this month. I was like, hey, if for the whole year of you being 8 years old, 365 days, if you read an affirmation out loud for a minute every single day, never miss a day, 365 days, your whole year of being eight, I was like, I'll give you a prize on the back end. But the real prize is you're going to be the most confident 9-year-old that's on this planet, right? She always wants to be the greatest, right? I'm like, you're gonna be the most confident 9-year-old on this planet because I don't know any other 8-year-old girl that will say an affirmation every single day for at least a minute for an entire year. I was like, there's probably no 8-year-olds out there that are doing that, and that's why if you do it, you're gonna be the greatest. You're right, and I'm kind of pumping her up on that side and making it a bet that she does it. Why? Because I understand that that's the thing she might not want to do. And that's the thing that can push her to becoming great, to having major self-esteem and right, all the good things. But I challenge myself and I challenge you guys to do the same things. I can challenge my daughter to do these things. But what about you? What if you read an affirmation to yourself every single day for 365 days and never missed a day? Didn't matter if you were sick. It didn't matter if it was a busy day. It didn't matter if, right, it was chaos around your life and you were pulled 87 different ways. You didn't take that 1 minute to read those affirmations. What if you did that? You'd be a completely different person after a year, after 365 days. So what are the things that we need to do, y'all? You got to ask yourself that question. What are the things you need to do in order to really change your life. Real quick, 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class. I'll give you this one because it's a quick one. The great ones have a sense of urgency. All this stuff that we're talking about, executing, being obsessed, being great, all the stuff, having the expectation, it really just comes down to like how quickly are you moving? I just talked about this on Monday or maybe it was Friday. I never remember, but like just talked about rest and recovery, your rest and recovery cycles. I think it was Monday. But but that's important. You need to learn how to recover. You need to learn how to give yourself life and energy back. And two things can be true at the same time. And you need a sense of urgency. See, it's not either or. It's not like, oh, I can rest, but I don't have to have it. It's both. You need to learn how to rest and recover, give yourself energy, give yourself life, and you need to have a sense of urgency. You need to have a sense of urgency. Here's what it says. It says middle class performers operate like there is an endless amount of time in a day, week, month, year, and life. The world class is extremely sensitive to time. The great ones have a sense of urgency because they are operating at a level of awareness that constantly reminds them the present moment is all any of us really have. The world class is on a mission to fulfill a dream, and they know the clock is ticking. The only time amateur performers develop a sense of urgency is toward the end of the day, week, or before they go on vacation. Imagine if they channeled that same energy, enthusiasm, and focus into their everyday performance. Worldwide productivity would probably triple in one day. Professional performers constantly remind themselves that life is short, and if they're going to make something happen, now is the time. This thought process makes the middle class uncomfortable. Remember, they prefer to operate out of a state of mild delusion. Knowing the clock is ticking and none of us know how much time we have left is too uncomfortable for emotional amateurs. For pros who operate from objective reality, it's a primary motivating force. It's one of the reasons the great ones tend to pursue large, magnificent visions. They know their time on earth is limited and they want to leave a legacy. Their sense of urgency goes back to the beginning of the mental toughness process, clearly defining what you want. What do you have a sense of urgency to do? If you know the answer, you can implement this world class philosophy immediately. If not, make it your mission to discover the embers that burn within your soul and focus that passion on what you really want. Don't stop until you find it. When you do, create a sense of urgency to act on it now. Don't hesitate. Pursue your dream boldly and fearlessly because it may be later than you think. It may be later than you think. You may not have all the time in the world, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you got to have a sense of urgency to go after your goals and dreams every single day. Once you figure out exactly what you want, once you understand why you're doing this, what you want to see in your family life, in your faith life, in your relationships, in your health, and once you understand that, you spend every day moving towards that. Every day moving towards it. Some days you're sprinting, some days you're just taking a walk, but you're headed in the right direction. You're not going backwards. You're not looking at the past. You're not thinking about past mistakes. You're not doing any of those things. You are looking forward. You're staying in the present and you're looking forward to what's up ahead. And as you continue to progress, because progress equals happiness, okay? As you continue to progress, what'll happen is you'll start to want to create that sense of urgency. You'll start to see, like, okay, I need to get this thing done. Okay, man, I got some good things happening. Let's continue to build on it. You'll see that in your health. You'll see that in your relationships. You'll see it in your finances. It'll build momentum for you. And that's how we get closer every single day to becoming the man or woman God called us to be. We got to go out there and have this sense of urgency. You got to understand that all of these things that we're learning, all these things that you're picking up, all these seeds that are being planted, you have to execute on them. You have to water them. They have to show as fruit in your life. Like you have to start doing these things in order to get the results you want. You have to start thinking about being obsessed around your goals. You have to start doing the hard things every day. You have to start listening and consuming better things. You have to start getting new strategies. Like this is the process. It sounds like a lot of work, and sometimes it is. But once you get on the path, once this becomes a habit for you, once you have a habit of having a morning routine, then it's really hard to stop. And now you're in flow. But sometimes, again, I understand, sometimes it's hard to get started. It's hard to just kind of change things and get started. But that's again why you keep showing up. The more you keep showing up, the more you keep hearing the good things, the more you stay in community of people that are actually headed in the direction you want to go, the more likely you are to get there too. And so that's what we're here to do, y'all. We're continuing to grow, we're continuing to learn, we're continuing to become better, we're continuing to go off and design our ideal life, designing the life that you don't need a break from. It's important, but you got to start putting some of these things in place. All right. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. Your families are actually counting on you. They might not tell you that right now, but they're counting on you to get this information. They're counting on you to apply this information. They're counting on you to get more mentally tough, more emotionally intelligent. They're counting on you to build your capacity and not be a weakling down the line when things really go bad for your family or when situations really arise. They need somebody that they can count on, that they know is positive, that they know can handle the load of all of the worries and all the things that happen. They're counting on you. They're counting on you to get it. So just do the work every single day. We change our thinking, we change our life. Consume something different today. Like I always tell you, do something today that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Do something today that scares you, that your future self will thank you for. If you just make that a practice every single day, you're going to become a completely different person down the line, someone that people can absolutely count on and take them to the top of this thing. All right. I love you guys. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you back here Friday. Take care.